The mission of Jane's Due Process is broad. We are here to help pregnant teenage girls with any legal barriers they have to exercising a well-informed choice, as is their constitutional right, when they're faced with an unplanned pregnancy.
The legislature decided to pass a piece of legislation saying that young women had to have a judicial bypass, young meaning under 18, had to have a judge decide that they were mature enough to make their own decision.
When the law first passed, there was a lot of chaos. The judges were very uncomfortable, and I was approached to help with a case in Dallas, and it quickly led to us founding Jane's Due Process because we realized we need lawyers who were well trained in the law, who were really adept at interviewing abused teenage girls.
The attorneys volunteer because they believe that a woman who's mature, who is able to think things through, who's able to make her own decision, should be able to do that. They take the young women before district court judges, present the case, ask the questions, and then help the young woman to be able to get an abortion if she decides that's what she wants. But it's not a decision that should be up to anybody else.
I was a brand new lawyer at the time. I really thought I was going to trash my legal career because it was such a political issue. But quite the opposite happened, because it turned out the judges had hoped a group would organize and handle these cases well. And the Texas judiciary really appreciates well-prepared lawyers no matter what kind of case it is. And they really appreciate that the Jane's Due Process lawyers keep the politics out of the courtroom.
My name is Tina Hester, and I'm the Executive Director of Jane's Due Process. We're a statewide organization created to provide free legal representation for pregnant and parenting teens. In fact, we're the only organization of its kind in the entire United States. Jane's Due Process may help you. Along with a statewide network of volunteer attorneys, we operate a 24/7 legal hotline, which is staffed by law students and volunteers and interns and others who are interested in reproductive justice issues. All right. And are you in a safe place to talk right now?
My older sister got pregnant when she was 17. I was in the kitchen when she told my mother. My mother pushed her against the wall, slapped her across the face, and then grabbed her by the hair, pulled her through the living room, out the front door, and threw her off the porch. I don't know where my sister is now. This time I'm pregnant. I'm considered the good daughter, but I know what my mother is capable of.
I've taken some cases for Jane's Due Process and worked with several other girls and enjoyed meeting them and talking with them and working with them, because it is such a scary situation, and being able to help in any manner, it just makes me very happy.
What I've learned from interviewing these girls is no one ever asks them what they think. And part of my job as a lawyer is to make sure she's got access to information on all sides, to make sure she really thinks through what is the best choice for her circumstances and for her life.
I grew up in Lubbock, Texas prior to Roe versus Wade, and I know full well how desperate women can be when you deny them choice. It is a result of those experiences that many of my lawyers here in this office support young women and support Jane's Due Process. We believe it is a valuable investment in the young women's lives.
There are lots of different stories, but it all comes down to that bottom line, that she is the one who ought to make that decision. And the people who are very opposed to Roe versus Wade are in the process. They can't make it illegal right now, thanks to Roe versus Wade. So they're trying to make it unavailable in every way they can.
In the last several years, as the Texas legislature has passed more draconian restrictions on abortion overall, it has made the cases of the Jane Does much more difficult. So the job of Jane's Due Process to assist pregnant teenage girls in circumnavigating legal barriers to exercise their right to choose their reproductive destinies has become more difficult, but we are ready to take on that fight.